in the comments, let us know the nominee from the top 15 that you think is the most underrated and overrated according to where they ultimately fell in the list. I'm going to take the most underrated first, and this is somebody that we've already touched on several times in this video, and that's Florian Wirtz. I am pretty stunned that the season that he had and the season that Leverkusen had, he finishes 12th. I looked at the stats, bro. First off, he's 21 years old. 21 years old, 18 goals, 20 assists, and 50 games. Stop.
That's
What?
insane, bro.
That's insane. And he can't crack top 10?
Dude, that's up there with Henry's 2020 season. Like, just think about that. Think about how insane that is. Like,
and his team achievement was his side was the first ever invincible team in Bundesliga history. And yet he can't even crack the top 10.
It can't even crack top 10.
I couldn't believe that's like my biggest underrated as well. Florian Wirtz is at least top 5. I'm sorry, he had a better season than Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe was
I'm
sixth.
mad at it.
It's honestly ridiculous that Florian Wirtz gets this much disrespect. I think they're hating on Bundesliga. They don't give it to Lewandowski. You could even give an argument for Ribéry in 2013. They don't respect the Bundesliga. They don't. They think it's a farmers' league. Well, I mean, what else can I say, bro? I mean, Florian Wirtz was stunning last season. I mean, obviously his whole team was stunning, and they had Juju on their side the whole entire season. But wow, Florian Wirtz was unbelievable. And to think he came back from an ACL tear and put up that sort of season, and he scored a hat trick in the game they won the Bundesliga title. He dropped a hattie. That's when you know a big player right there.
It just ended up becoming who has the best PR. Yeah,
one game, and it was the last game of the season.
And it was a cup final. Because Ademola Lookman is him.
Yep.
At least he was last season. I honestly think Lookman, that was going to be my... We'll talk about it. But I'm right in line with you guys. I'm right in line with you guys. He easily, it's not even close. I mean, I think, the fact that Mbappe was 6 spots clear of this man, playing, if we're talking about farmers leagues, right? And not living up to the expectation. I feel like that's been Mbappe's MO, if you will, for the last, I don't know how many seasons in a row, 3-4 seasons in a row, where he just can't get over that final step, that final hurdle. Yet he always gets this insane PR as arguably being the best individual player in the world, regardless of the year. And the team achievements aren't there. They win Ligue 1 every year, and maybe they win the domestic cup competition every year. So what? Like, I don't understand how Florian Wirtz. It's like they don't watch. I don't even think it's that they don't rate the Bundesliga. I think they just don't watch. Like, I don't like, what's it going to take finally, right, for Bundesliga to get their love, or just any team, frankly, out of the Premier League, any league out of the Premier League to get the love and the PR that some of these guys get, man. It's insane.
I think it's so insulting to the achievement of Bayer Leverkusen. Like, and this is what I think should be factored in. Forget what the hell did I read earlier? Class and fair play. How about just number 3 is ridiculous, unforeseen achievements? Who thought Bayer Leverkusen were gonna? I thought Bayern could win the league in their sleep. That's what I was told. And Leverkusen come out, bulldoze the league, lose 1 game all season, and that storyline, that narrative, if you want to give points for narrative, can't get my brother top 10? Unbelievable.
It's like what else can he do? What else can he do? You know what? They should have won the Europa League final by 5 or 6 goals, I guess. He should have scored all of them, maybe. I don't know. It's crazy.
I'm getting mad, and I'm not even a Leverkusen fan, but it's just like, this is injustice to me. You want robbery? Florian Wirtz not top 10 is a way bigger robbery than Vinicius. Like, that's just insane. Do we all have Wirtz most underrated in this list?
Yes. Not even close, bro. Not even close.
All right, Jose, most overrated.
Only because I think it was a purple patch season. Nothing against Lookman, bro. Look, I think what he was doing, especially in the latter stages of last season, sure. I think you could probably put also in this category maybe guys like Nico Williams. We talked about him already. I think with Lookman, I don't expect this season in and season out. And so maybe I'm factoring that too much into why this is like an overrated pick. But there's just, when I look at like who the top 15 individual players in the world are, regardless of what league they play and what teams they're on, I don't know how many fans actually say Lookman is top 15 individual players. And if he is, this man's agent needs to be on calls every single day right now. Like trying to find this man his next big move, because I think he might have even been surprised, to be honest, that he was top 15. I don't see it, and I don't know, man. Again, maybe it's me. Maybe it's me not rating some of those Serie A teams that fall below the top 3, top 4. I don't know. It felt like another moments player that got a lot of good PR at the right time. That's what it feels like to me.
Jose, I'm going to tell you straight up. You're hating. You're
That's
hating big
fair.
time. You're hating big time,
I
bro.
knew Michael had a lot
Nah.
to say about that. I was like,
Nah.
I'm gonna sit this one out.
When he does it for more than a season, we could definitely talk. I think Lookman has a lot of potential, but I don't think he's a top 15 individual player in the world.
From last season, I would say he was.
Bro.
I mean, he was unbelievable last season for not even for Atalanta. Do you know what he did at the AFCON? He scored 2 goals in the round of 16, scored a goal in the quarterfinal. Now, granted, the semifinal and the final didn't go as well, but Nigeria, where Jack thought, oh my God, this team ain't gonna do shit at the AFCON. They made it to the final. So at least there's some achievement right there for the Super Eagles. And he scored a hat trick in a Europa League final. The first hat trick in a UEFA final since what, the 1970s? I mean, that is ridiculous for Lukman. And he had a great season in Serie A. Obviously, some moments were hot and cold, but I'm sorry. Lukman had a better season than Dani Olmo. Jose, you don't want to hear this. He had a better season than Lamine Yamal. He did.
Okay, I mean, them all came in at a very specific time throughout the
But I'm
season. But
sorry.
sure, we can ignore that part. You know who he didn't have a better season than? Marcus Thuram, Christian Pulisic, Vlahovic, Victor Osimhen, who had one of the worst seasons in history. Statistically, did not have us anywhere close to those seasons. I think he was maybe 10th overall in goal contributions in the Serie A. Well, let's not.
Jose, you weren't subscribed for the AFCON coverage, bro. This was Nigeria's best player at a team that reached the final. If we're gonna crucify Vinicius for the Brazil trash,
but like you just said, international players, what, maybe 20, 25% of the criteria?
25%.
Okay, fine, 20. So let's not give all of the weight to that. Let's look at how consistent he was over the course of 10 months. And over the course of 10 months, I feel there were more cold moments than hot. In the hot moments, they were big. He stepped up. But bro, whether you look at it from a statistical point of view or just every individual Atalanta game, he wasn't always the go-to guy. That's all that I'm saying. Is to me, it seemed overrated, but good for him. Good shout. I'm not mad at it. Just to me, it seemed overrated.
He gave us prime Carlos Boozer numbers 17 and 10.
Stop.
For Atalanta, bro. Come on.
Bro, this man said Carlos Boozer getting dragged into this, bro. It's kind of crazy.
Hey, he was a dog in Utah, okay? Let's not forget. Put some respect on Darren Williams, Carlos Boozer. That Jazz team was fun.
I enjoyed watching Paulo Dybala more for Roma than I did Lookman for Atalanta.
He just doesn't have the games for me, and he didn't play the Copa. So
fair.
Pulisic,
I think it's debatable. It's all that I'm saying. It's debatable.
Don't get grouped to the Copa.
Yeah, he's had a crazy international career, to be honest. Like, so
now, next Ballon d'Or, we're gonna see. I mean, he's on pace to be a top 15. He won't win it, of course not. I'm not saying that, but I mean, we'll see. We'll keep an eye on him.
Fair.
Damn, what was I gonna say about? Was it Lookman? Oh, Michael, you might know the context behind this. Wasn't this Atalanta's first trophy in like a ridiculously long time?
Yes, first ever European trophy.
Oh,
Gasperini would be proud. I'm not taking the achievements away, right? But then if that's all it takes is that one trophy, then yeah, of course, Vinny should have won it then. And it should have been a robbery, right? Because he won the Champions League. He won the best individual club award you can win at the team level, right? Right, Jack? Vinny should have won it then.
You think Vinny gets me 17 and 10 at Atalanta?
That's a great question. He should, right? He is Michael's clear-cut favorite. He should. I don't think it's that clear-cut, man. Again, if Lookman does it again this season, I will give him more credit. I think it was a purple patch. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Well, I think he's got 10 GA to start the season. So
all right. We'll see how long it lasts.
We'll see how long it lasts. He's doing a good job. Okay, so Jose, controversial take, but I absolutely love it. Ademola Lookman. Michael, who's your most overrated top 15?
Overrated top 15. I can't lie. Dani Olmo making 13 got really heated for me. I don't understand
crazy.
What did he do? Please, somebody explain to me. What did he do? He did nothing. Okay, he had some good moments for Spain at the Euros. Obviously, crucial goals. He scored against Germany. Yeah, he scored against Germany in the quarterfinal.
Mm-hmm.
Memory serves me right. What did he do for RB Leipzig and France? What did he do for for RB Leipzig?
Another player that was in and out injury prone. It's always the issue with Dani Olmo. He's
Okay, exactly.
Availability is never there.
So he did absolutely okay. I want to say absolutely nothing because he was still some vital role for RB Leipzig. RB Leipzig won nothing. They finished top 4. Dani Olmo, would you say he was the best player on the team? I would say Lois Openda was better. I would say Xavi Simons was better than him on RB Leipzig. And yet he's 13th. Why? It baffles me. Really baffles me.
Hey, bro. He's shoulder to shoulder with Florian Wirtz.
Nah, that's ridiculous. Get this out of here, bro. Get
bro,
this
that Lookman take I had looks good now. It looks good now. I'm okay with that, bro. That Lookman take is good.
I mean, give me Lookman over Olmo all day. I think he played 25 club games total. He played 9 games for Spain.
They're different players in my opinion, but yeah.
Overall, 34 games in the season, man. I mean, we're getting like bottom threshold to be counted. Granted, he was phenomenal at the Euros. Game winner against France. Scored against Germany as well. A great tournament. I think he had a couple assists in there. He had 2 assists in the tournament as well. 1 UCL contribution.
Leipzig didn't go very far.
Top 15?
Yeah.
That was my pick as well, was Dani Olmo.
You know who deserved more from Leipzig, in all honesty, to be in the exact same place? Openda. Yeah. Openda's probably the one they should have slotted at 13th and not Dani Olmo. I'll agree. I think Dani Olmo he benefits from a lot of PR. He's a big, moments player, especially for Spain. And that's what got him the move. Yeah, that's what got. Well, I mean, now it is, right? But it wasn't the case whenever we're talking about what he was doing at Leipzig. I just think he's a very, very solid player. But yeah, overrated for the purposes of this list.
I want to throw 2 names at you guys real quick. Let's end the episode. Harry Kane, 10th in the list. Fair? Underrated? Overrated? Let us know in the comments.
I think it's correct. 10th is good for me.
10th is good.
Really?
He won no trophies. I'm sorry.
Fair, but that's kind of an anomaly.
Look,
but I mean, look at what he's done with that side, bro.
Harry Kane stat padded against Bochum and what Borussia Mönchengladbach and all these teams. He didn't score a lot of goals against the top teams. Yeah, okay, he scored a hat trick against Dortmund. I mean, I can do that in my sleep against this Dortmund side because they're just pedestrian at this moment in time. Shout out to all my Dortmund fans, but seriously,
I know, yeah.
But Euros, guys, Harry Kane, he looked dead. He looked absolutely dead. In the knockout stage.
The whole England squad looked dead, to be fair.
Yeah, but I mean, he's the main man. He's the captain of England, so you got to step up at one point. But I think 10th is fair. He scored a ridiculous amount of goals in the Bundesliga, but you got to win some trophies for me.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Fair shot.
I think it's fair too. I think anywhere from 8 to 11 was probably good for Kane.
That's what I was gonna say. The slightest bit underrated because of production. And keep in mind, right? No trophies, but at the end of the day, was the go-to man for Bayern. Champions League semifinal, Euro final. Accomplished a lot more than what most players got to do last season. It's not trophies, I get that, but I think he was the go-to guy for one of the most experienced and probably top sides in Europe. If it carries over into this season, he definitely should go up. I think he started the season really well.
I'm going to throw in this last name at you guys because I want to see some goddamn center back representation on this list. William Saliba.
Needs to win something.
Should he have been higher than Dani Olmo?
That's a really good question.
That's a good question.
So I think it depends on how you rate the Premier League. Last year, you look at his Champions League performances. I think he had a couple one-off mistakes in certain games. And again, games against teams that Arsenal should be beating. One-off mistakes against Lens that led to that 2-1 defeat in the first fixture. And it wasn't just him; it was Gabriel too. But again, just little things here and there. Had they actually gotten past the Bayern quarterfinal, you start to maybe ask yourself if Saliba is deserving of that top 15 shout. But I think it's the same reason you can't call him world-class yet. He just needs to win something.
Yeah. Okay. I would agree with that. I can't hate on that.
Fair. I was just a little surprised. There's not a single CB we have. How many defenders do we have? We're not considering Nico Williams a left back, are we? Or we're going left winger?
I mean, Antonio Rudiger was 22nd.
Rudiger 27. We got Carvajal, the only defender in the top 15 at 4th.
Bro, Grimaldo needs to be somewhere in that shouting list. Grimaldo and Frimpong were insane for Leverkusen. I think they were basically attackers and wingers with how much they were producing offensively. I don't know how. Dude, Grimaldo was literally correct me if I'm wrong. Someone in chat can let me know. I think top 10 in GA for the Bundesliga. Dude, what other defender is doing that? Like I can count them all on one hand, probably. I don't know, man. To me, the
Prime
Bundesliga
Trent,
gets zero love.
Do you know where Grimaldo finished in the voting? 28th. 28th.
Dude, the Bundesliga disrespect is insane here. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm probably
they better
biggest.
PR.
I'm the biggest Harry Kane simp, I think, on the internet. And looking at him as the highest Bundesliga player is crazy. Over Florian Wirtz, it's crazy.
One last name I just got to throw out. What about Cole Palmer, 25th?
God, I had that one highlighted.
Scored in the Euro final, was absolutely ridiculous for Chelsea. I think he should be top 20, if I'm going to be honest.
But if you finish sixth, how much does that play you down in the voting?
To be honest, he was by far and away the best player for Chelsea. Without him, they might not even finish top 7.
Might have been relegated.
Top 10 even. Yeah,
relegated.
No, seriously. Like, he was dragging them through
I'm just saying, like, that's kind of wild to think about.
27 goals, 15 assists.
Yeah. Insane year for Cole Palmer. He should be higher. I don't know how much higher, but if we're factoring in achievements, Chelsea didn't do anything last season. They're still in rebuild mode technically. You have to give Cole Palmer some credit for that. And what he did at the Euros, coming off the bench and being the impact player, I think it definitely should carry a little more weight than it did.
Scored in the final.
Yeah, scored in the final. It should carry a little more weight. But at the end of the day, it's like for Chelsea, there were still moments where he couldn't get him past some of the big opponents. They went winless against City last season. They went winless against Arsenal last season. It's like, I know, man, but if you can't even propel your team to a top 4 side, how are we talking about Ballon d'Or? How are we talking about that?
That's true.
Yeah.
So you're saying cap for Palmer was probably 20 for you?
Yeah, that's like a good shout.
Okay.
What did Saka get? Like 21st? I wouldn't have been mad if he got like one spot ahead of Saka for sure. Like that wouldn't have bothered me at all.
Yeah, Saka was 21st.
Yeah. 21st. So to me, that's where those Prem players belong. Because again, Arsenal didn't win anything either. So it's like without the achievements piece, it gets really difficult to move up higher than that.
Yeah. Totally fair. Totally fair. Wow. Okay. This was actually way more interesting to discuss than I thought it was going to be.
We might have to have a video solely on Adamelo Lukman in the future.
Dude, that's Michael versus Jose.
I'm down to go full hater, bro. Let's go. I'm ready.
Hey, put some respect on the Super Eagles best player, bro. Come on now. You guys let us know where you stand on the most overrated and underrated nominee down below in the comments. If you guys enjoyed this episode, drop it a like. We will be back here for more regular, normal La Liga content back again this weekend. So hit subscribe for that. Check us out on social media. I'll put the links to my social media and my hosts down below in the description. We appreciate you guys for watching, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.